Hello, this is Jerry again, ForexTradingMagic.com, and today is Thursday, November 19th, and it's approximately 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and this is going to be video number 4 in our supply and demand series, supply and demand number 4, and we're going to look at our real-time example of supply and demand, and we're going to also talk about the midpoint of balance of supply and demand. And right now, this is just a continuation of the imbalance that we were talking about earlier in the market. And now our trend line is our basic area where we would definitely want to get out if we held on this long. But now, when we're coming down here, we know that this is going to be, now we know that this is demand, okay? And we know that this is demand. But now this is also supply, and this is also supply. And even the tail of this red bar, that's buyers, so they're also supply on the way down. So now that we're down here within demand, we want to start thinking about getting out, okay, until demand is overwhelmed down here. So we know that if price is going to bounce, it's probably going to bounce off of the demand line here. And unless we get a close on higher volume or an operator bar below demand here, okay, we don't want to be still in the market when we get a bounce up off here. Well, we don't want to be still in short, okay? And so this is a good time to figure out, okay, where exactly would we anticipate the imbalance to end? And this is where we would pull up our LCM support and resistance. Okay, so we would expect to get out right here, even though price will probably bounce off on the trend line here. But this is support that's within demand, okay? So again, we would want to get out here. So and then also I wanted to talk about mid balance. We see here where the lines, the supply and demand lines intersect. If we draw a line there, that's the midpoint of supply and demand. And see, and that's something that we could also use for confirmation here. For instance, on this bar, we had our breakdown below, also our midpoint or our mid-balance point of supply and demand here. And see how we had our reaction pull back here. And now we're continuing on down here. Okay, so that's all I want to say right now in supply and demand 4. Gave you, we've got our supply and demand example real time going, and we talked about midpoint balance. And I'll see you next time. And let's see if we can keep going with further developments. I'm coming to you this way rapidly because I want to try and get them out to you real time, and as the flow of the market is going on, for as long as it takes to make to allow me to make my particular point. But if so many messages, if that disturbs you, please let me know, because I don't want to get to the point of where I'm bugging you or being a pest to you. But this is real time. And I just wanted to give you an idea of just the basics of what we're looking at in the real-time flow of the market. And then just these basics, and then everything else basically is, how to get in early, how to try and recognize a reversal earlier to keep your stops small. But, I mean, the basic signals, is the change in the balance of supply and demand. And so here, for instance, on the way down, this is the swing bar here. in the swing bar, access, the main support bar here on the way down, or the main demand bar here on the way down. So until price has cleared that, totally cleared all of this demand, okay, it still has a chance to be hung up here. Okay, I'm going to end this supply and demand for right here. Take care.